All right, so what's going on? This is the NLV overview right here, and I'm here with
CJ. Hey, bro.
All right, and we're just about to go over the questions one final time just to give y'all a little more information and feedback on it, fill in the gaps. So the first question I had asked, do either the two major parties faithfully represent us as a people, or do they have other interests? What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts were, on one part, do. I feel like Kamala Harris definitely tries to push for more of a civil type of community, and like pushes for more education when it comes to like knowing about the past, our history and stuff like that. She pushes for that. She goes for that, and I feel like
What
she's trying to
push for that.
So what Kamala Harris is trying to do is she's not trying to break away like how Trump is doing. She's not trying to break off our curriculum to not learn about like stuff like slavery and stuff like that, like things that happen in American culture that we should know. So she's keeping that curriculum in some colleges. She's actually gonna try to work towards like put it in more like African American history, African American studies and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I do see that, and I actually appreciate that versus the other point of view where you got people banning books in different states and things of that nature, because I feel like knowledge is the key to power. However, I feel that there are always outside influences that get the presidents to do certain things that we may not see.
I heard that Donald Trump is going to take some of like China's way of living and try to incorporate in our way of living. Their structure is different from ours. They're not about like citizenship, freedom, civilization, and stuff like that. They're all about like, all right, so you got the higher ups and you got the lower, and it needs to be that like that. Like it's supposed to stay that way. I feel like he's pushing for more of that, and Kamala Harris is pushing for more like middle class people should get a lot more opportunities and stuff like that because they're hardworking and they're trying their best. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people need to understand that it's not always about the rich people, it's not always about the poor.
Right, yeah. So I feel like basically it should be about coexistence, living together, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to do the same thing, live and elevate, get to the next level, learn how to survive on this world. I feel like the parties both want power and control and money, and I feel like it shows throughout their campaigns. Everything being about power, land, and money and things of that nature is going about it the wrong way. Like, we need to learn how to live together instead of battling each other for things that don't matter. For example, neither of the parties are addressing some of the things that are happening behind the scenes in other countries, such as Haiti. Nobody's speaking about how they're being oppressed by people who don't even speak the same language as them. The U.S. is paying the Kenyan's military force to like control Haiti, and none of that's being talked about. It's a power move right there because they want the control of the state and the country, but nobody's doing anything about this. And I think something needs to be said, something needs to be done. Like, this goes against peace.
Yeah, this also brings up a point about colonialism. It brings up a point about how America went overseas to Africa just to take resources, just to, induct violence some more into like already corrupted governments. Like for me, I'm Liberian, so I know about like the rebel days and stuff like that. Like I heard stories about how bad that was, and like with that being said, like most of the people from Liberia is immigrants from America, so bringing corruption and violence into Africa is a big thing that people need to like be aware of. It's like things behind the scenes we're not gonna always see, and you can only do that by doing research, by trying to deep dive into what we want to know. How do you feel about how the podcast went today? How do you feel about the candidates that was talking and speaking and giving their points of view?
I feel like the energy on the podcast was great for our first podcast, of course. We meant to record this so much earlier than today, but everything just life be life. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, life been life and lately, but we've been getting things done, being persistent, not stopping whenever you run into a roadblock, just keep moving forward. And that's what I feel like the energy and the vibe is gonna be for this year. The next level vibe is moving forward.
Yep.
And we're gonna continue doing that and giving y'all what y'all wanna see. If y'all have any ideas, y'all wanna see the video a little bit longer, y'all wanna see us touch a couple other topics, just put them in the comments and let us know.
I feel like moving forward for this podcast should be a little bit more engaging, especially to y'all as audience. Just let us know down below. And yeah, it's Next Level Vibes, man.